So today, okay, first off, we're doing a shoot today, so let's get that out of the way. The second thing is I want to introduce the membership side of my YouTube channel. Now, I haven't been all in on that, which I apologize for, but for the members, thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting me. But I'm putting a new tier on that membership level, which is going to be a more behind the scenes look at my shoots. Now, I know that a lot of people get a lot from my current videos on the public side of it, which is just me shooting, doing the voiceover, and showing the images. But I want to show more of the shoot, more of the audio from the shoot that everybody asked for. And this was what I was looking for the membership side of exactly what would benefit people the most. And it seems that that is the most requested thing from me is we want more shoots with the audio and in-depth look at that. So that's what I'm doing in the membership side. Now, you'll still get the same type video on the public side. So this shoot that I'm doing today, you're going to see on the public side, but on the membership side, it's going to be the audio. It's going to be a little post-processing. And here's why. So for this case scenario, I'm using the SL2S with this little flash. Now, when you use a little flash like this, it's going to take a little bit more post-processing to get those images to be wow. It's not just out of the camera like everybody would hope. You just need a little bit more work on them, which is fine. But I want to show you like some easy ways to do it with the programs that are out now. We'll use both Evoto and the Retouch for me. Both programs are fantastic. I think Evoto has a slight edge, and for me, it has a bigger edge because, well, we'll get into that on the other side. And then I'm using the Sigma Contemporary, the iContemporary. I don't even know the names of these things, but these contemporary lenses on the L mount. I'll be using the 50 today. I got to tell you, these lenses are probably my favorite series of lenses out of any camera system. I have the 35, the 50, and the 65 for the L mount. I want the 90. And I have the 20 for the Sony system. I just love these lenses. The build quality, the quality of the lenses themselves, the size, the weight, the form factor. Everything is just spectacular with these lenses. I love them and I enjoy using them. And I love using them on this body. But anyway, so the membership side, we're going to dive in deep to that. And then I'm also going to add, a private chat on that as well. So just the members can chat on the different videos. You can ask questions and get the answers a little bit quicker, and go in just a little bit more depth into the shoot if you have questions about the gear I'm using or the way I'm doing things, whatever you need to know. I think that's going to be a nice feature as well. So that's my thing today. Again, you'll see this on the public side because you're watching it now. And then on the membership side, we're going to go in depth with this shoot, keep in the audio. It takes a little bit longer to produce that kind of video because, a lot of the subjects I've known for a long time, and I have to edit out personal conversations because I want to maintain their privacy and that kind of stuff. So, it is going to take a little bit longer to edit these type videos and a lot more work on my end. But I think for the membership side, this is the way to go, and this is worth it for a more in-depth look, if you will. Anyway, I appreciate watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. Hopefully I'll see you on the membership side, and especially with this shoot, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun and provide some good information on using tiny little flashes and post-processing with them. Thanks for watching as always. Well, this is my second YouTube video with this flash. Now, I've been using it quite a bit for some of the shoots I do, believe it or not. And I literally have two of them in my bag because I think, oh, it's an internal battery. I can't change the batteries where the batteries go. But I've never run out of battery power with this flash yet. They state that it's 440 full power flashes. And I could see that because, we shot here for, a good hour and there was no issues whatsoever. It just worked throughout the whole thing. Now, granted, I'm using mixed lighting, but I'm using more flash than I am, the ambient. Not a lot more, but more. And later on in the shoot, you'll see one without the flash and then with the flash. But the thing does a nice job. Now, with small flashes, especially, on-camera small flashes like this, it just takes time getting used to, getting to know the light, getting to know the power, getting to know the light patterns, what you like better, vertical or horizontal. Like when I'm against a backdrop like this, I normally hate vertical shots, but I have the power down a little bit, and I'm using that ambient light as well, so it's not as blatant of a horizontal shadow as that long vertical shadow, but horizontal to her. Now this one was underexposed, that's why it looks crunchy and contrasty. I didn't turn the flash power up, and I had the ISO low because I was in the studio, but I really wanted to show you that anyway. And the other thing I didn't do with this is correct the color balance when I was in that hallway, because I had the color balance set for the studio. But even in this area here, it's the same light coming in that I get from the studio, because the windows are all tinted the same. So I'm back to a good color balance. But getting to use the flash or know the flash, the fun factor is a 10. But I think the first, 1 or 2 times you use it, it'll probably be about a 5, because you're just going to get used to the flash, what it can do, again, what its limitations are, and then learn how to shoot with it. Once you learn how to shoot with it, it's, just throw it on the camera and go, because it just gives a little bit of pop to the face, that little catch light in the eye. It does its job, and it does it well. I gotta say. No, against a black surface like this, shooting vertical doesn't bother me at all. That black surface is going to hide that shadow. But in other cases, it's going to bother me. But fun. I mean, absolutely. I can't tell you, it's just fun. Now, obviously the wall behind her is really far back. So again, that vertical shoot isn't going to bother me one bit. Now in the studio, you can see that outline around her on the right side, but it's so, toned down that it's not a distracting part of the image. So I don't mind it as well. And the thing that I hate about a vertical shot like that with an on-camera flash is that shadow is always equal with your subject, which is just not the way it is in real life. The sun is never equal to your subject except at sunset, but then that all goes away because it's a giant sun. So it won't give you those kind of vertical shadows. But anyway, the settings on this, it goes from 1 to the lowest power, 1 little light, and it goes to 5 lights, which is the most power. Now, I probably had 2 missed shots because of that, because of the recycling, because I started, I double clicked or something like that. But it actually recycles relatively quickly for such a tiny flash. Obviously, it's low power, so you would expect it to recycle just a little quicker. But I would say probably about a second. I'm guessing. I didn't time it or anything. Here's one without the flash, so that's what my ambient light is. So when you look at that, it is kind of impressive what this flash can do. And believe it or not, like I boosted these just a little bit with the color and the contrast, but as far as the exposure, they're pretty damn close to what I got in camera. And then I did retouching, of course, which that's going to be in the member thing, because I did this whole shoot with audio in the member area for members. If you want to get the whole shoot. Some are just going to be happy with these kind of shoots and be doing the voiceover, and that's great. But if you want the whole shoot with the conversations that we have, and then I did a little bit of editing too at the end, so you can see that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. If you have any questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching as always. This was a blast.